Okay, so for what this reading is about, you have the Hermit, the Five of Swords reversed, the Seven of Cups reversed, and then the Six of Swords reversed. Now, the Hermit indicates to me that you did a period, or you had to go through a period of, like, introspection, that you might have had to take some time out or time away from those around you or from a situation, and you needed to do a lot of soul searching. And I think through the soul searching, with the Five of Swords here, I reversed, I think that there might be some things that you almost need to make like amends with. Like if there was some people or a situation that you just needed to kind of almost like, I don't want to say be the bigger person, but just either kind of decide that it's not really worth dealing with, or you just need to kind of get some type of resolution. Because with the Seven of Cups here reversed, I think that you might have had like several different options, or there might have been several different things going on, but you're almost like you're making a decision about this. And with the Six of Swords reverse, I think for a while, like you might have felt stuck a little bit within this, but I think because the Five of Swords here and the Seven of Cups reversed are both reversed, I think whatever this was, you might have been feeling like you were stuck and you didn't know how to kind of move beyond this, but you're almost like, I don't want to say being the bigger person, or you're just you're at the point where you're like, I have to move beyond this, I have to just kind of let this to rest, and you're almost like, I'm deciding to do that. Now, what's your energies for right now, or your current energies, you have the Ace of Swords and the Six of Pentacles reversed. So I think there might have been somebody or something that was almost like draining your energy a little bit, or draining you. You could have been overgiving to this person or this situation. You could have just been investing a lot of time, resources, energy, whatever. And it was more one-sided. And, but I think you're gaining clarity on it. You're having like kind of a new perspective on it. You're thinking differently. You might be seeing it for what it is. And I think you're kind of almost like deciding that you need to change it. So, but what's coming in for you, you have the Queen of Swords and then the Nine of Swords reversed. Now, this lady here is no BS. So I think you're definitely very clear about a situation. I think you're going to be handling it, I want to say effectively. I think you're going to be, I don't want to say very frank, but if you need to really have a difficult conversation with somebody, I believe you're ready for that. And the Nine of Swords reverse is about releasing kind of the anxieties. So there might be certain things that were kind of plaguing you or causing you anxiety or fear or worry, and you're seeing it very clearly. You're seeing it for what it is, and you're realizing you need to make the decisions regarding that situation the way you need to make that, because you just can't like continue in that kind of energy or dealing with that situation any longer. Now, your challenge regarding this is the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So the Knight of Swords, your challenge is to really stay committed to something. Like if you are committed to now not overgiving to a situation or a person and having to be a little bit more clear with your expectations or the way you're going to manage something, your challenge is to stay committed to what you originally set out to do. So if you have to put boundaries up, your challenge is to keep those boundaries. And with the Seven of Pentacles, your challenge is also that you're going to see slow results. I think there's results that you will see, but the Seven of Pentacles, sometimes it's slow results. So I think things are changing, but it might be changing a little bit slowly, and sometimes we get frustrated with that as well. But what's recommended for you during this, you have the Wheel of Fortune reverse, you have the Nine of Swords reverse, and then you have the Ten of Cups. So the Wheel of Fortune reverse here is saying, I think that you need to, if things seem a little bit like they're not quite right, I think you need to remind yourself that the wheel is always turning. You know, sometimes we go through lucky phases, sometimes we don't have lucky phases. But I think it's recommended that if you can control certain aspects within this situation, you need to kind of control what you can control. Because sometimes in the upright, I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is a little bit like it's spinning for us, and then some certain aspects we can't necessarily really control. Certain things are just kind of destiny or just the way they are. But in reverse being recommended, I think this is saying that the parts of this situation that you can actually manage and control yourself, you need to kind of step into that and control those things, because I think it's going to help you release some of this anxiety, because you also have the Nine of Swords here being recommended, and I think this is to say that if you can control certain aspects, your fears and anxieties will not be so bad. It might be a lot less, because here I think that you're going to be kind of, I don't want to say overcoming some of the fears and anxieties, but you might be deciding that you can't let that run your life or your day, that you need to kind of push through that. And what's being recommended, I think you need to acknowledge how maybe certain fears, anxieties, and worries are affecting you, and kind of control what you can of the situation, so it almost like lessens that for you, or it helps push you through that. Because you also have the Ten of Cups here recommended, and I think this is saying that whatever this is, you need to remind yourself or continue to work towards the things that really make you happy, the things that you really want out of life. The Ten of Cups is about just, the happy family, like emotional fulfillment, kind of just being in a really, really good place. And I think you went through some, I don't want to say dark night of the soul, but with the Hermit here, I think you went through a lot of soul searching, a lot of kind of maybe inner transformation, spiritual transformation. And I think even with the Five of Swords here reversed, I think you're ready to put certain things in the past. I think you're ready to kind of, I don't want to say be the bigger person, but you're ready to put things in the past, and you're being more decisive with the Seven of Cups. But I do think you still might be feeling a little stuck with certain aspects of this, and sometimes it's not even just you, it could be the other person you're dealing with, or the situation you're dealing with is a little bit, you stuck a little bit. So I definitely feel like there's a little bit of, you're ready to make changes, but maybe changes are not happening as quickly from an external source that, would be nice. But I think it's just saying that you still need to kind of, I don't want to say keep your sanity in the situation, but do what you can to manage the aspects that you can manage, and just remind yourself that like you're trying to find, or you're striving towards like the things that make you happy in life, the bigger picture. Like remind yourself that you're working towards the bigger picture. There's a bigger picture here. Let's see what other cards we got for you. You have number 8, Bobcat Spirit, Life is a Mystery. And I think this is saying also, like with the Wheel of Fortune reverse, or the Wheel of Fortune anyway, life, sometimes we kind of, things are good, sometimes they're not so good, but it's kind of part of the process. And sometimes things happen, and then like all of a sudden something good will come out of it. So it just, we don't always have all the answers. And I think part of this right now is you having to like almost just feel it out. You might not have all the answers. You might not really know exactly how this is going to transpire, but I think you need to go as logically as possible with this situation, and do what you can to resolve it or to move through it. But I think sometimes like you're not going to know all the details, all the answers. So, and you just have to accept that, to kind of go with the flow, roll with the punches. And then you have Garnet, Ignite Your Passion. And I do feel, because you don't have any wands here, you don't have any wands. Wands are kind of more of that passionate energy. You have a lot of thought here, a lot of kind of mental stuff going on. So I think I really like the mental stuff, but sometimes it gets a little bit stale and you might feel a little stuck. But if you kind of bring a little bit of that pizzazz or that excitement in it, it helps things kind of, I don't want to say move along quicker, but it kind of makes certain things a little bit less boring, I guess. So Because I feel like the ignite your passion is really going with this Ten of Cups here. Because to me, this is stuff that you really desire from your life. So maybe there's some aspect that because I feel like you're changing something. You're definitely some kind of changes. But I think if you follow your dreams, follow your heart, it's going to lead you a little bit in a better direction for you. Now you have an engagement ring, engagement, partnerships, commitment, eternity, completion, union. Now I kind of feel like for some of you, I don't think there necessarily was like an ending here with somebody, but I think there was a revision in a way of a friendship or some kind of relationship or something. There might have been something that you almost decided that you need to almost like kind of go about a little bit differently. And sometimes, you know, relationships, they do that. Sometimes you have a moment and then you have to kind of like, both of you have to kind of switch gears or pivot a little bit. And sometimes that actually is what's needed and that what's good for the relationship. So I don't necessarily feel like there's an ending here, but completion here that's kind of sticking out to me. I feel like you almost completed something within yourself regarding this situation. I think it's almost like I feel like you're seeing it for kind of what it is. So I think the changes that you're making are going to be beneficial for you in the future. So it's almost like a long-term energy within yourself. So to me, that's what the engagement ring is saying. It's something that's more of a long-term commitment. And I think whatever this is, it's more of like a long-term commitment. But what I'm getting is it's almost like the work you've put in within yourself is actually going to help you either sustain this long term, or the changes you're making are more sustainable for the long term, if that makes sense. Now you have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek, and here's another card of kind of like good partnerships. So there might be a situation here where there is kind of, you are really connecting with somebody, and it could be for a long-term thing, and maybe the changes you're making is helping the union or the partnership or whatever it is kind of work a little bit better. But this also could indicate like another longer-term commitment to something, or like the situation that you're involved in or what you've done for yourself and the way you're proceeding forward with this. It's something that's sustainable for the long term, and it's going to be much better. Now, you also have new beginnings. From chaos comes calm, and I really feel like you kind of had, because the Hermit, to me, before the Hermit, I feel like there's chaos. So I think you had to have some kind of solitude, kind of working on certain aspects within yourself to gain a certain level of calm and understanding and clarity. So I think that you're more able to see certain things for what they are and make, I don't want to say hard decisions, but kind of decisions that need to be made. And I think that's helping with a new beginning or a new phase of whatever the situation represents for you. Now we have the same boiling water that softens the potato, hardens the egg. It's about what you're made of, not the circumstances. And this is saying that, like from chaos comes calm, you know, like you could let a situation harden you, you can close your heart off to something, or you can kind of see the lessons from the situation and kind of move forward. So it's definitely just a matter of your perspective. And because you have a lot of like thoughts and communication cards and almost like perspective type of cards, I think you are definitely, I don't want to say changing a perspective, but you are kind of changing potentially some aspects of yourself to be more in perspective of this situation, or even situations that are coming. So I definitely think that's very good. Like, I definitely think this is very positive energy, but to me, this is a lot of like inner work almost that you needed to do. So it's a lot of like, I get a lot of you here, you know, like your, the things that you had to face and deal with and understand. Like if you were being taken advantage of with the Six of Pentacles in reverse by somebody, you're having a new realization on that. Maybe you're gaining a new sense of self-worth, you know, and that came from this period of having to just kind of be alone or just kind of be a little bit disconnected, you know, acknowledging that maybe certain people or situations you either need to let go, even if you're not exactly on the same page with the person. They could have pissed you off, but you're like, okay, let's let bygones be bygones. Or you even just feeling like it's not worth the tit for tat stuff anymore. So, and then you're making decisions. So I definitely think it's kind of this adult energy here. It's like kind of this having to make decisions for the best logical decisions for yourself, you know? So definitely, I think you're just seeing things for what they are and having to move forward regarding that. Now, you have for your little affirmation, you have, today I feel healthy. Today my mind is clear. My body is healthy and my soul is at peace. And that is beautiful. And for the spirit of the dish that shall be with you during this time, you have the spirit of the thickest, which is the spirit of the Sunday. And for the dinner and a movie that's recommended for you now, you have Italian food and drama films. For the energies you either need to tap into or be aware of, you have Leo here, and this is all about kind of that, I don't say ego, but it's about being confident, being proud of something, you know, kind of not being shy. Like, I always see them as very prideful people, you know, just very willing to be out in the open, front and center. So I think you need to kind of have that, especially because the hermit energy, you might still be kind of coming off that wanting to be a little hidden or a little bit more introspective or just a little bit more detached. I think maybe this is recommending at this moment you get out there a little bit, because that might help ignite some of the the passions of things. Because maybe if you went through, because there's a lot of thoughts here, so you might have been kind of going through this whole personal transformation, and I think it could be good to kind of find a little zest for life again. And you also have Pisces, which is all about kind of your dreams, and it could represent illusions a little bit, but it's about creativity, and it's kind of about that, like, you know, kind of dreaming big, you know, allowing yourself to, I don't want to say flutter away, but just your mind to kind of just dream on the things that you want, especially because you have the Ten of Cups here. So I wonder if some of you, it's saying that almost like, you know, allow yourself to believe that you can achieve your happy ending, you know, your perfect life, you know, and what would that look for you and how would you get there? But even just kind of visualizing that right now, but might be very, very beneficial, because I feel like the work that you've done here kind of, because I really feel like this is almost like work that you had to do for yourself to, I don't say become a better person, but it's almost like potentially like reshaping yourself as far as how you're going to deal with situations going forward. So this is very, very deep. This is extremely deep energy here. And to me, I feel like it's very personal, and it's about, you know, changing your mind in a situation or having realizations. So I think right now it could be good to kind of allow your heart to wander a little bit, your mind to kind of, yeah, have those fantasies, those dreams, you know, about what do you want going forward and how are you going to achieve that? You know, like what makes you happy? So you also have the sun here, and I think this is saying that things are going to be illuminated, you know, like I think you're going to see things. I think you might be going through a phase of more confidence, and because it's also kind of that Leo energy of kind of like feeling proud about your achievements and just not being so hidden. So I think you might be coming out of this hermit phase and kind of stepping into this, you know, this like kind of, I don't want to say this power, but this almost like boss role in a sense, and just having that vitality and that passion as well. And you also have Venus here, and this, oh no, sorry, Mars here, sorry. And this is all about, it's a fire energy too. It's all about kind of like, you know, your temper a little bit, but it's all about kind of like feeling you can do something, having the confidence to do it. And I don't say if you have to go to battle with something, you're going to go, but it's just that kind of like that would say a little feisty. It's a little feisty energy. It's like that spark that, I can do this. I'm going to do this, and what do I want to say? That kind of, the initiative to do something, that like initial spark, like I can do this, I'm going to do this, I'm committed to this, and just taking action on something. And you also have this skull here is number 6, so that means the special guest that'll be answering your questions today will be Mr. Predicto. Think of those questions. He'll be out here shortly. Okay, and you have the bow. And to me, the bow says that you can tie the bow, because it's just like a piece of string or piece of whatever this thing is. You could tie this any which way, like this ribbon. You can create whatever bow you want to create. So I think this is saying that you have the ability to kind of create your life however you want to create it. So I think because with the Pisces energy about the dreaming and everything, and then with the Ten of Cups here, I just think that you need to really think about that and take that into account, that how you want to create things in your life. Like, what do you want them to look like moving forward? That's what I'm getting with the bow. I hope this is making sense. Now, let me get one more thing, and then we're going to get your question. Okay, so this one says, this one's kind of cracked, but it says laugh. The other one is, I accidentally dropped these in this one. But, it says laugh, so sometimes you have to laugh about things. And honestly, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this could be recommended because you might have like a little bit of, I do feel like you have to be in the driver's seat. This is recommended that you're kind of more in the driver's seat with a situation. But sometimes when things don't work out, sometimes you just have to laugh it off, and kind of roll with the punches a little bit. So... And I feel like because the laugh cracked, because I was actually kind of pissed when this happened. But then part of me says, well, the laugh is telling me to kind of laugh about it. And I tried gluing it back together, but the other half just separated. So yeah, sometimes you just have to kind of laugh about something, even if it's not gone quite well. There might be some humor to find within it. Okay, now, here he is. Think of those questions, and we shall ask. Oh, Mr. Predicto, the most accurate prediction device to ever run off of batteries. What is the answer to Aquarius's question?
I am confident it is no.
Okay, just in case you didn't hear him, he said he is confident it is no. Mr. Predicto was a man of many words, and those were the words he chose to speak here today. I hope you all have a wonderful day, week, month, year, lifetime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.